I'm here to comment on the corruption in Riverside County. If you believe that the Santa Ana weather modification program was responsible for the heavy storms earlier this year, you may be right. In 2022, I was working for UNFI. On September 9th, I filed a complaint at work. Then on Monday, 9/12, my next day of work, there's a fire at the warehouse next to UNFI. There's just a bunch of boxes. On 9/16, I'm forced off the premises and they send the police to my house and claim that I quit. On 10/12, I received a letter from UNFI that was intercepted by March Air Reserve Base. On 10/28, I filed a complaint with the San Jacinto Police Department for working in collusion with UNFI. That's a long story right there, but they threw away the complaint. That same night, there's an evacuation in San Jacinto, a chemical spill, chemical leak. On 2/26/2023, I notified the EPA about the fire and the chemical leak and list UNFI and Riverside sheriffs as suspects. 2 days later, there's 4 military helicopters flying by. The very next day, we get hit with snow in San Jacinto. Snow in San Jacinto. That storm covered Big Bear, trapping hundreds of people for days, but that storm began slightly before that. Sounds crazy, right? 2023 began with 2 Riverside sheriffs being murdered. And by April, there was like four of them dead. The rest were by accidents. And this is the first time in something like 13 years. So they said I quit and I had to appeal my unemployment case. I requested that the HR manager be subpoenaed. On November 16th, I received a call, 2023, I received a call from the Unemployment Appeals Office requesting more information. That morning, there's military helicopters flying around. They're in the area for about 2 hours. I took 4 photographs of it, following me around as I'm going for a walk. Directly overhead, the last photograph was at my house. Those pictures got removed from my phone. I wonder why. Not only that, but my hearing was postponed due to circumstances beyond the control of this office. The HR manager never got subpoenaed. I won the case. I recently filed a lawsuit against UNFI. It was accepted, then placed under screening. Okay? If you notice, all these events involve UNFI. Civilian complaint number 26552 against Chad Bianco, number 2328, filed December 2nd, 2022. December 23rd, I called around to the Moreno Valley Sheriff's Department and the Riverside Sheriff's Department trying to figure out who's responsible for the roadblocks for the fire that took place on September 16th. You guys know what happened next. Here's a headliner for you. Riverside Sheriff's Department continues to kill Riverside residents at an alarming rate. This is what was sent to the Attorney General, which began that investigation that they started in February of last year. All this corruption is going to end. Thank you.
Whoops, excuse me.